Alright, hey there, so finally at the car. Yeah, wheels, they don't even know what they put on it, so that's fun. Paint's kind of rough. You know, depending on what exactly you're looking for. So you can see there's a lot of cracking in the paint on the front left, and the bumper fitment's really poor. You know, they got some runs, pushes, spots, and others, and you know, you can see the orange peel is quite heavy in places. It's really inconsistent with the quality of the paint, or maybe not quality, but just application. So yeah, you can really see in the reflection a really heavy orange peel in the corners. Did a good job of getting the front smooth, but you know, kind of the whole car's like this. So anywhere where there's a corner, you're gonna have a lot of orange peel. So you know, same thing coming up over the fender. That one's not as bad, but you know, you can still see tons of orange peel there. And we also have more cracking in the paint here, which is just a little hard to see on camera. But you know, they definitely painted the body kit on the car. Yeah, like if you look in the corner here where the seam is, it's just shitty clear coating that didn't make it into the crevice. Just kind of work our way down the fog light. Yeah, more pressure cracking there. So I mean, it looks like it was repainted fairly recently, but you know, it's just been beat up. Yeah, kind of same thing. There's like dust spots and bubbles in the paint kind of everywhere. If we look at where the molding sits here, that's pretty ugly. And you know, scratches and crack in the paint there. Bottom of the side skirt's also really orange peely. And then you can see the paint's really thin up where the door comes. And if you look at the door here, tons of orange peel on the top, and it looks like there's a hair that got stuck in the paint right here. Yeah, so the door definitely rubs on the side. Oh yeah, quite deeply too, look at that. Kind of making up everything. Door card on this side actually doesn't look too bad, but you know, it's kind of rough. The other side's got some tears in it. Kind of give you the quick penny tour here before we start picking it apart. Yeah, no, I could probably be here just a full hour pointing out all the imperfections in the paint, but you kind of get the idea, like, here, especially if I zoom in here, like, it's kind of this stuff just all over the place. You know, pinholes, orange peel, wherever the body kit's been mounted. They painted over the rivets. It's not silicone to the body at all. So you know, got, sorry. There's got odd fitment there and it's loose. Yeah, whole top edge here, some cracks in the top. And yeah, it's pretty low, so the fenders have been cut. Yeah, that's cracked. Damn, they got this thing low. Yeah, so here's kind of what I meant with like it being painted on the car for sure. Like paint, no paint. Yeah, come on. Got cracks all in the paint on the bumper. This is just some of the bigger stuff that I'm going around pointing out. I think they re-cleared the taillights. Like real shittily. You know, same thing on the center light too. You can see there's fish eyes and whatnot all in the clear coat. You know, we got runs and chips in the paint here. Big old cracks in the bumper there, runs. This is all beat up pretty good. Big old pressure crack there. Yeah, it kind of extends there, across the bottom. We do have some bubbly paint and rust where the wing mounts. Yeah, and this side's also kind of bad with the cracking and whatnot. Yeah, we got just tons of scuffs and then more pressure cracks. And then again, you know, top edge and then the seams isn't painted well at all. Didn't bother masking over the antenna. Black on the trunk looks to be original, and the over fender's not. Yeah, two different types of paint here. Yeah, you can't really see it, but there's lots of like swirl marks in it, and then you know, chips and rust popped, and then some deeper scratches on the other side. So, you know, she's by no means a show car. Oh yeah, and this has been repainted, but you can see they got sanding lines out like crazy. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, there you can kind of see it as the car goes by. It's really bad right there, but nah, it's kind of the whole thing actually. Yeah, across the whole roof you can see sanding marks in the paint. Yeah, so it's hard to tell if it's from a... So yeah, like I was trying to say, sorry, some slight videoing issues. There's like a crease in the paint there. There's like a couple of small dents and pinholes in the paint job. And then there's another crease here. So I wonder if something hit there and kind of got pushed back out. Same thing the other side. Nice little crack, a rivet, and then where the side skirt. Oh yeah, side skirt's got a nice crack there too. Where the side skirt meets the door, it's all pretty scuffed up. Yeah, again, like pressure cracks along the bottom. Yeah, it's a little hard to see with the glare. Kind of get the idea, and then another one in the back here. You can see where they mounted the side skirt. It's kind of rough. I mentioned the door card on this side. She's got some nice wear on it. Bit of a hole in the covering, or I guess the actual physical door card. Door's a bit of a pain to close, but what FD isn't? Yeah, so I'd say, you know, the overall fit finish of the car, at least, oh yeah, this is all cracked too. So yeah, what I was saying before, like, you know, overall fit and finish of the car is pretty poor. You know, she'll probably look good from like 10-15 feet away. If that's kind of what you're shopping for, you're definitely in the ballpark. But, you know, if you're looking for something that's a little bit prettier, yeah, maybe passing this one for the money, I guess. But, you know, it's more of a track build than anything from the looks of it, so kind of depends what you want. Yeah, unless we go in
significantly more detail in the paint. Like, that's kind of the overall condition. So, you know, poor fitment here and there, cracks, the painting's definitely like a real backyard job kind of deal. You know, some runs, pressure cracks kind of everywhere. A little bit of rust starting on the trunk. Oh, actually, yeah, I noticed it on this side. It's also on this side as well, where you got bubbling rust. Yeah, there's some like polishing spots that have... Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I'm just gonna kind of cut myself off here as I'm looking at it in different lights. So there was another wing mounted here that's been deleted. And then where the paint was cracking and bubbling, that's from where that was. So, yeah, this has definitely been repainted, not original paint, but it's much older. And yeah, from this angle, I can see sanding marks on the paint as well. So in terms of paint condition, you know, I'd give her an overall like 2.5. And then yeah, just fit and finish is kind of poor. But if you're hoping to do some fender rubbing on the track, probably wouldn't want something much prettier. But yeah, don't expect show car kind of idea. Okay, so we'll just go through the interior a little bit more closely here. So as I mentioned before, door card on the side's got some rash on it, and this is literally just a hole. Looks like they got the cup holder bits here, or not the cup holder. I'm an idiot. The tray bits here, and then where the door card actually mounts, it's all kind of loose, and you know, you can see the bottom bracket, whether it be the screw that goes on is broken off. You know, this is kind of all cracked up. At least for now, switches feel like they're all snug and secure. With these mirrors, you know, the power mirrors aren't going to work, but it feels like at least the switch works. There's kind of one spot to gripe on that I have here. You know, that's a rust hole starting in the frame. Wherever it's been mashed together on the door. I don't know, maybe someone closed a rock or something on it. The hinges are getting a bit rusty, but it's not bad. And then yeah, we're kind of full race car here, so no floor. Pretty boost controller, I think it is. Yeah, kind of all the wiring's left loose, so it's kind of scary. You know, no trim for the steering wheel column either. You know, they got the old school nerdy wheel, not a quick release hub though, which kind of sucks. It's got a super tiny seat in it, which is also kind of rough. It does move on the rail solution that they've done. You know, by no means the prettiest job, but it's a seat. You know, we got kind of rub marks everywhere, sorry, anywhere you look, it's kind of the same thing. That's how they cover old school brides. Nice and stained. Got some back sweat on it. Yeah, looks like they had some heat shielding. Or, you know, that might be the original. I can't tell. And you know what? It's an old car, so who knows? Dash wise, also kind of rough. You know, you can see we're missing a vent. There's some waves and discoloration in the dash as well. That's me, hello. So again, no means a show car. Looks like you got your little ashtray. Falls out nice and easy. Looks like an aftermarket single din with a hole. Yeah, center console trim is absolutely not tight whatsoever. Now let's end this and go to the other side. Radio on the other side here. So yeah, by the way, both seatbelts are lazy. The driver's side, you know, she's kind of floppy. It doesn't retract correctly. One of the things that's a big kind of what the hell to me is, you know, the main battery cables are just left loose. They're just kind of draped in here. Looks like we got a nice rust spot starting there too. But you know, you can see she's kind of race car spec, so I'll take some pictures afterwards. There are kind of some signs though that the chassis is getting kind of shite, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So on the floor here on this seam, you can see we've got rust bubbling through. You know, that spot we talked about there before. Also, you know, you can kind of see a crack in the insulation. You know, my inkling would be is that that's rust starting to push it up. But, yeah, she's definitely not in competition for world's cleanest street car. Some random holes in it. Yeah, this thing's loose. The box actually closes, which is nice, I guess. And a USB dongle, probably for the radio. Yeah, and they just ran the cables. The battery really loosely. Like, did a grommet or something kill you guys? Oh, okay. Here's another thing too. So in the bottom here, yesterday it was raining all day. And then kind of heavier through the night. All here, wet. Oh, looks like we got a ground pin unplugged for something. So, yeah. Just try to look here. Yeah, even the foam over here is wet. Oh yeah, and there's wet too. So this car collects water quite nicely. Not really seeing it come in the seam here, so I wonder if it's maybe from up here, behind the A-pillar cover, maybe. Yeah, hard to tell, but you know, at least the foam over here is wet, and then, you know, there's signs of water on this rail, so you know, just from rain. Where's that coming from? Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's where they ran the battery cables, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, if it's going in where, you know, you got the frame gusset, like, that was probably a decent amount of water that they maybe just dried up this morning. Let's see where they ran the wires through. Hard to tell. Oh yeah, they're just kind of left. Here, let's zoom in and enhance. But yeah, these are the battery cables here. You can kind of see where my fingers are grabbing. So they just kind of left it in there loose, and it's, you know. Yeah, I know it's struggling focusing here, but just bear with me. But yeah, you can see it runs down and under, and then we have the other one here kind of running forward into the fuse box. Not the cleanest battery relocation I've seen, and you know, would have been nice to see a bracket for the fuse box as well. Yeah, let's just go over the engine bay here in a new clip. Kind of an alignment issue with the hood too. It hits the headlight right there. Got the lights popped up too here. Don't look too bad, but you know, a little bit rat's nesty. Fogs just resting on the oil cooler, which is nice. See at the bottom, you know, up down tilt's been kind of repaired there. I think it's just epoxy that's been reshaped. In the
missing the end plate.
Same thing on this side. Missing some trim pieces and a bit of a rat's nest. You know, at least they work. Yeah, the lenses are all pretty rough though. Or not the lenses, sorry, the lens covers. What would you even call it? I can't even remember what they're specifically called, but yeah, just didn't even clear it there. You know, at least it doesn't look like it's rotten though. Let her warm up a bit. Let me rotate the phone over here. But yeah, it sounds like there's a little bit of an exhaust leak here by the header. Yeah, you can kind of hear that. Is it the heat shield? Nah. Definitely a bit of a header exhaust leak. And yeah, she's a lot quieter on this side. Looks like it's got new plugs in it though. I think this thing's straight pipe. I can't really get to the throttle cable too well. High beam indicators seem to work. No squirt, but wipers seem to move. They sit kind of high though. Only one speed as well. So as I'm running through the HVAC here, you can see whatever the signaling is for the stock cluster here isn't quite right. Either that or whatever the needle servo is just dead. Aftermarket gauge seems to work fine though. A bit laggy, but works. See if the AC actually does anything. Okay, so headman just came over and he said that they can fix the windows, but just didn't have time. Come on. Yeah, lack of AC, but it seems like everything else is okay. Window vents, or not window vents. You know oh my gosh, I'm trying to do this looking through the phone screen and not actually seeing it. Yeah, so the vents inside, this one's kind of hard to get up, there we go. On the door here it seems to be all right. It's just sticky. Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, the slider for it is on the left side, but veins are all on the right side. Might be able to see that. Center ones appear to be fully intact and working. Likewise with the left one. So, I mean, you know, she's not perfect. But yeah, I mean, I think this is maybe somebody's drift car, to be honest. That knob's loose as hell, but yeah, feels okay. You know, not driving it, of course, but feels alright. Okay, so we've been idling here for a bit. That's insanely loud. Healthy on a warm start. I mean, you know, it's not like fully heat soaked from driving it, but you know, passes at least the sniff test of a dying engine, or a not dying engine, that is. Lights seem to work all the way around it. You know, kind of hard to test brake lights and whatnot by myself here, but sorry, I take that back. This side marker doesn't work. Besides that, they seem to work. The high beams are some sort of aftermarket xenon bulb type idea, or high and low. So, kind of hard to tell, especially in the daylight, if it actually works. But, you know, as I said before, the dash indicator, nothing comes up. But it seems to be brighter? I don't know. There's a service restaurant in the corner, but yeah, like I mentioned, she's basically I got small hands too. She's a fist high, so it's a little hard to get the phone under there. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't even get it holding it. But yeah, she's had the dealership black spray paint special. So yeah, kind of hard to see exactly what the chassis looks like. But you know, at least there are no real huge evident holes anywhere. Yeah, there's the same thing on the other side too. That's a little odd, but not the end of the world, I guess. I wonder if that's where the water's coming in from. Hard to tell because it's so low. Hell, like that's all she's got. Okay, moving to the back here. Yeah, side skirt's pretty rough, as we saw before. Let me just get the flashlight in there. Whoop. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see anything. I have to do this all through the phone screen. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't really tell what condition that's in, but yeah, everything's been like spray painted. You can kind of make out it's kind of hard to really make heads or tails of anything, but oh man, I can't even get my hand around here. Like, you know, this is what I'm kind of working with here, so can't really get a good look inside the fenders either. Looks like it's been caught in somewhat silicone. If you look at the back here, it's easier to see. You know, unless I take the wheels off, it'd be real hard to tell. Let's get a look at the back here. And then we move.